good communication is key in relationship. If you don't communicate with your partner, I don't think that relationship will stand well. Me, if I'm in a relationship with you, I don't expect you to call me every day, but check up on me, and I'll also check up on you. If I'm always checking up on you, I'll be mad at you.
You'll say I'm a feminist again.
Right.
You'll say I'm a feminist again. But men have problems with communication.
Why?
Don't use men.
Why would you even say men?
Don't use
so you give us the destiny to say
Why?
we're feminists.
Why?
No.
Because
Why
we
saying
didn't say
that?
men or women.
Women.
We are
So you
just
can-
talking about the general communication.
Are you talking for men or
But
you are talking against me?
You are chastising men.
Yes.
And indeed you are a feminist.
I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy.
Respect, intimacy, good communication. These are some of the things that, when we're talking about, people do believe that these things do build a healthy romantic relationship. We hear about them, we talk about them. But how many of us truly know what to do to build a healthy relationship? Welcome again to Freaky Friends. We're about to have a freaky conversation. So if you're curious, then stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy.
As usual, it's my favorite guest again on the show, Opako Abeiku. What else can't he do? I mean, he does everything. So you should check him out on all social media platforms. And Isaac as well. We're about to have a freaky conversation. Good communication. I know you've heard of it severally in so many programs and all that, but there is something freaky you need to hear, and you can hear about it right here in this show. So you need to stay tuned, you guys. Welcome back.
Yeah. How are you?
You're good. I mean, what is it about good communication? Also, what is it that you really want to point about when we talk about good communication, building a healthy relationship?
I'm crashing on you today. You're looking sexy.
That's very good. A
Sexy
good way of
and
communicating.
attractive. You're looking so... Oh.
You're looking gorgeous. You're looking stunning.
My head is sweetening me.
Yeah. I like the hair. You have nice hair. You have nice, beautiful legs.
My head is
You're very
sweetening me.
hairy.
My head is sweetening me.
I think maybe after the show we should talk.
Hey.
Okay.
We should talk about it after the show.
And I love the real men wear pink. Real men wear.
Yeah, let's talk about it after the show.
What?
But you expect me
Hello.
to expect me to give you all those things on the show, and after the show we go home like
Hello,
that.
Miss Valentine.
Let's talk about it.
Abeiku is actually looking like someone who is traveling.
Very soon. You've seen it in the spirit.
Blow kata- blow
Amen.
kata
Give it
wire.
to me. Give it to me.
Blow
Amen.
kata wire.
People have heard so much talks about good communication, building romantic relationship. How can, if communicating effectively, build two people together? Not only about marriage, any form of romantic relationship.
Okay, so good communication is key in relationship. Okay, so if you don't communicate with your partner, I don't think that relationship will stand well. Because, for example, you are in Accra, okay? I've been transferred to, maybe due to national service, I've been transferred to Cape Coast. We are still in a relationship. I don't call you for maybe 2 or 3 days. Will you be happy?
Not at all.
When I'm traveling maybe to Accra, coming to Accra, and I don't call you, we don't talk, will you be happy?
Not at all.
Will the relationship stand?
Not at all. But should I be concerned about it?
You should.
Okay.
You should. Maybe something has happened to me and you don't know about it. Later on, you find out. You'll be mad at me.
That's one side of communication. When
Yes.
the calls are not coming, we should be concerned about
You should be concerned. Me, if I'm in a relationship with you, I don't expect you to call me every day, but check up on me, and I'll also check up on you. If I'm always checking up on you, I'll be mad at you. Okay, so good communication is a key in
very key.
relationship.
So we can't stop talking
You
about
can't stop it. Yes. Immediately you lose that, remember your relationship will go down.
Over,
It will
yeah.
collapse.
But some people fail to understand. Some men, no. When I say
Some men,
they will
some
say I'm a
boys.
feminist again.
Right.
They will say I'm a feminist again. But men have problems with communication.
Why?
No, don't use men.
Why would you
men
even say
have
men?
problem with
Don't
communication?
use men.
So you give us this to say
Why?
you're a feminist.
Why?
No.
Because
Why
we
say
didn't say
that?
men or women.
Women.
We are
So you
just talking
can-
about the general
Are
communication.
you
relationship.
talking for men or
But
you are talking against men?
You are chastising men.
Yes.
And indeed you are a feminist.
No, I'm not.
So you see,
So when did men and women?
Per observation,
Which
someone can make
observation?
opinions.
Which observation?
I'm observing from people.
Now we are sitting
Have you
here.
done a survey?
That's why I said per participant of. That's another method of research. Per
Okay.
observation,
Observation, and you think that
men
Men don't
actually
like
have
communication.
problems.
but you,
Yes.
you
So
know,
are we to do men and women on the set?
Problems.
You
with-
see,
are we doing men and women?
no, please. No,
the whole thing about
Let's follow
communication, communication. Right now, do you know that we are communicating, but we are not communicating? We are talking. There's a difference between talking and really having a conversation with someone.
Yes.
Okay, like Abeku said, maybe I've traveled, I'm somewhere. Okay, then maybe for 2 days, maybe I tell you today that, oh, I am going to Accra. I'm going there for work. I won't be able to call you for the next 2 days because I might be at a place where there wouldn't be a reception for good reception enough
Why
for me. I'm
would-
saying something. You see, you people need to listen when we are
2
talking.
days.
Women don't listen.
No,
Listen.
Do you know why?
he has
They
been-
don't listen, so they don't understand the
Sam,
things we say.
He's
wanted
giving
to
a
know what
vivid-
communication
Oh, yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm listening.
And
You
it's
see-
likely that he may find himself somewhere that
Exactly.
his reception is
Yes.
bad,
So
network
that,
is bad.
that I've given you
A community has communicated.
I'm listening.
like most people want to say the synopsis. I've given you everything you need to know. That is the real communication. But people who are wako drew, wakacho say made them wako do a how, like they don't give you enough details as to what is going on. So I don't see that one as
Give me an
communication.
instance.
An
What
instance
are
like
some of the situations that can block your boyfriend from calling you for 2 days?
not necessarily saying your okay, let me refrain from that one so that you will know that I'm not talking about your boyfriend not
Boyfriend and
calling you for
girlfriend.
some time. Let's say we are dating, like
Mhm.
me, then you, we date like in the date, right? Most times you keep on saying, my boy, they say like they didn't come out time. There are people that talk like 5 hours, 6 hours on the phone and all that, but they are not communicating, they are just talking.
Talking, yeah.
There is no solid, that nothing concrete about what they're saying. Okay, when you're talking about communication, it's letting the other person know exactly what you feel. What's in my old baby? You said I've done something wrong to you. What have I done to you? Okay, the last time you did this and this and this. That has made me to, be in this certain, this state. But we were on country, and I'm we or the patient in way or you say. You should be able to pour out your heart. The munoka. I think that is what communication is.
That's another
The be a
aspect, yeah.
warm. There is no other aspect of it. The basic one on my fan and I'm problem not banner say when communication is the key. Who told you communication is the
Say
key?
communication now.
Communication is a key.
Yeah, well,
oh.
called, yeah, well,
Communication-
yeah, well, same here. How
No,
you communicate?
there is
with
No,
communication.
this
Yeah,
one you are
well,
building
yeah.
your relationship. Oh. So
do you
And
know
all
that?
those
Do
things
you know that I
come
can talk to
together
you all the time, but
to
I
build
wouldn't
it.
be communicating to you?
I know.
Uh-huh.
But call then I can prolong call. It says star call. But when you say he used an instances where he said, okay, at least
And
when
I'm
I travel,
saying,
there should be
sir,
something that will
yes.
make you feel like,
The
hello,
words-
okay, are you okay? Is everything fine?
the content of the communication is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about the call, the long call. Don't focus on the long calls or don't focus on your
Make up-
boyfriend being somewhere. I'm talking about the content of the communication.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I think is
but
real. business
but
communication.
does the content matters? No.
It matters.
Your communication, you've spoken about one when issues happen, how you resolve them.
Mhm.
You've also spoken about knowing how to give an excuse to your partner.
Not
It's also
excuse,
a form
not
of
excuse,
communication.
like being plain, being
Be
transparent.
real and transparent.
Yes.
Transparent, right?
Yes.
Yes. And you also spoke about phone calls is also a communication.
Yes, communication.
Checking up your
Checking
your
up-
partner is communication.
Yes.
Right?
It doesn't matter.
I
that-
feel like Isaac feels like there is no problem in like calls there, and I say, no. It
Calls, you know, we
doesn't affect the relationship that much. Really.
No, he's trying
I'm
to
not
say
saying
that
it
the
doesn't
calls-
affect it. You want to know what communication is, and I'm telling you what communication is.
Please, I'm listening.
So
Okay.
communication, we have non-verbal and verbal communication, or
Yes.
what?
Not necessarily non-verbal or verbal.
Okay, let's
communication.
use
You
the
see,
Okay, he has
verbal
given his instances
verbal
to
one. Let's use
describe-
the verbal communication.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so right now we are in a relation. I'm in a relationship with her. It doesn't matter the content of what's in the communication. It doesn't matter. I'm calling you. I'm checking up on you. I've traveled. This is where I've traveled to. So please, if you are not able to reach me because of network problem,
It's
still
another
communication.
form of communication.
Yes. So it doesn't matter the content of the communication.
it does.
Does it?
And that right there proves like it makes you want to know why people like they say communication is the key. It keeps
Yeah.
both relationships
Yes.
and all that.
Of course.
And I'm letting you know that I gave that phone call as an example because
Okay.
you can be talking for hours and still you can be on the verge of having a breakdown when it comes to your relationship. So the most important thing is the content. What you guys are talking about, being honest, being transparent, that is communication.
I know.
You
So
understand?
It's
still
another aspect of
it's-
communication, right?
so right now
So you won't
okay.
define communication solely with just that, right? It's also
uh-huh.
another part.
But still
That's what we want to
communication is
understand.
key.
It's key, yes.
It's still key in a relationship, no matter the content, whether
Baby, yeah, more info,
uh-huh.
communication. Yeah, it is what we will live with
Yes.
forever. Opako, let's hear from you, please.
You see, I see communication to be something very broad,
Very, yeah.
and it comes in different aspects depending on who you are dealing with. Okay, I may be with you in the same house. The moment I enter the house, if you're not around, I should know. Communication. Semi pie and I'm too quiet bare 1 week. Na me bafi. Now won't stay at home frequently. I should know. Communication. It depends on how you keep the home when you are around, and how the home becomes when you are not around. It's a sign of communication. You're telling me that. So we will fear. Oh, the side we see how do we see how do we see her? Say see her and see her and see her there. That means you've not been in the house. Communication. Communication is not necessarily you open your mouth to say something. Your facial reaction, your demeanor tells a
non-verbal,
story.
Yeah.
non-verbal.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So now I have a partner, I have a friend, I have a family. I choose, or we choose, the method or the medium of communication that suits our relationship. There are some people, when you pick a phone and you call them and you talk to them, it turns them off because you may not be able to have that kind of a composure to talk to the person to understand. But so what text here, it calms the person down because when you text, the person reads with his or her emotions per how he feels at that point to understand what you've texted. But that same text, if you have to pick phone to say it, you will mess situation up.
But sometimes the voice one is also good because text people have
So
they
that's why I
read
said
and make different
that's why I
meanings
said
out of text.
sometimes, because you see, I earlier said you choose the method and the medium of
When himself
communication.
voice need
That's
to know your
between
own
between, between them, right?
Yes, still.
Okay.
So I'm saying that sometimes it will be necessary for you to text. Sometimes
sometimes.
it will be prudent for you to call. Sometimes you have to do it in person.
So check the
Sometimes you should
situation.
just leave a gesture.
So
Yeah.
check the situation.
It depends on the situation. Me, when you mean issue as my girl, I will never stand and be having that conversation back and forth with you. I'll just leave you. That is me. I don't have that time to see a woman. It's not my thing. So I will leave you. But when I leave and I still want to communicate with you, I won't call you. I won't text you.
Oh, really?
Because when I call and I text, because I have some anger in me.
Yeah.
Into me frewa. The moment me for one shakra response and me call off.
Off.
And I wouldn't want to do those things with you.
Mm.
So I may text here because of the anger in me, I may not do something right.
So at that period, how long would you then return that call
So
or see her to
beautiful.
talk
And
about
two
it?
things with me. Either I can wait till I'm calm.
For how long?
It depends on the
Should
person.
the
It
woman wait
depends
for
on
that?
anger. You
the
can do.
level of my anger, and the situation and who I'm dealing with.
But don't you think it will worsen things at the lady side? She will also make meaning out of that silent
no.
communication.
No, I don't give way about it.
I have to communicate with my woman
Mm-hmm.
because tempers are up. We need to resolve something. But if you are not able to, or if you're not careful, the resolution will turn into something that will escalate. Do you understand?
But Obabi or her, I say, who will try? You are really thinking about her. Say, when you begin to call her to talk, she might take it different because your anger issues might
That is
affect
why I
it.
told you.
So if she waits for bare 1 week, now
No,
say,
no,
oh,
no,
yeah,
1 week is
yeah,
too
Let me
much.
say 1 week. Let me finish with my submission.
Then I mean, Bisa say, like, for how long should the lady
Let me
wait
finish
for
with
that
the
issue?
submission.
Not
You
all
understand
say-
what I'm saying? I said,
Okay.
if I have issue with you here,